A bit of an unusual spot to film this, but yeah, I'm still in the mall unpacking the Vivo X200 Ultra here. As you see, it will be a short unboxing, of course. There we have the Ultra. I already unboxed it, wrapped it out. This is the black version that I have because I think the black version is the one that is most to my liking. I don't like the white one so much, and the red one that I had looked a little bit cheap. So this one is way better, but yes, the camera bump is huge. I can even hold it just by the camera bump, so huge. So let's put it away. Let's check out what is in the box here as well. As you can see here, it comes with a black TPU case. Very nice one that has a bit of a texture inside there. Vivo logo, opening here for the camera button, and all the buttons and cutouts, everything you need. Power cable, USB A to C instead of C to C, because we have a 90-watt power adapter brick here, but it's just A to C. Bit disappointing, but that's it. So that's it for the unboxing of the Vivo X200 Pro, X200 Ultra actually, here in Qingdao, China. So we will, Qingdao, China, sorry, Qingdao, China. So we will, Qingdao, China, we will have, of course, I will have, of course, some camera samples here from Qingdao, maybe, and also from other sites and places here in China. So stay tuned. Short bonus, this is how it looks like with the case on. As you see here, there's the cutout for the button. Button placement is way nicer than the Find X8 Ultra or the iPhone or some other devices that are doing it a bit differently. We have a nice texture there as well. I think it's a bluish kind of texture that we have there. And it's protruding a little bit to protect the camera bump there. We have the flash. There's basically nothing. The cutout here is also big and large enough for USB Type-C. And yeah, for the speaker there as well. Speakers, however, very tinny sounding, more mids than highs, and the bass is completely lacking. This is one of the downsides, I think, that even the Vivo X100 Ultra has better speakers than this. At least this is my first impression of the X200 Ultra. Let's check out the camera specifications. 50 megapixel main camera sensor, 35mm, optimized for photography and portraits, 50 megapixel ultra wide angle, very large sensor, same sensor size as the main, and the 3.7 times tele that has been improved in comparison to the X200 Pro in terms of aperture here. The front facing camera is also 50 megapixels, f2.5 and 24mm, and features also autofocus, which is quite nice for selfies. This is the ultra wide angle here on the Vivo X200 Ultra. Going back from the Lion Mall, you can spend the whole day there, because downstairs there's food, upstairs at the top there's food, and in the middle you have lots of fun for kids and of course for parents to run around, buy stuff and so on. I'm using internal mics right now on the Vivo X200 Ultra at nighttime, 4K 30 frames per second. What do you think about the quality here? Using the ultra wide angle, yes, finally I can use the ultra wide angle on a phone at night, because it is the same sensor size as on the main camera sensor. So what do you think about this one here? Write it down in the comment section. Front-facing video here on the Vivo X200 Ultra. I'm on the plane from Qingdao to Chongqing right now. This one should have autofocus, so if my daughter gives me this case, I can show you the brand of Boya wireless mic that I'm using right now. And hopefully you will see also in a few days which kind of brand it is, because it should be released tomorrow, the video, because it's still on embargo. Nevertheless, I'm doing this here right now, and I'm using the noise cancellation, which is AI noise cancellation right now. And let's switch to the back-facing camera so you can see another train that is passing by there. When I switch to the back-facing camera doing recording 4K 30, I can immediately greet with the ultra-wide angle, which is 40mm. I can press on it, but nothing happens. I can go to 35, which is the new main camera sensor. You can see Xiamen Airline, and I can zoom in. Maybe I can zoom in even through the window there to see who's like in there. I can go up to 460mm. So instead of like 2 times, it's 3 times, and so on, it shows me millimeters instead of the. See, you can see here the jet engine instead of the magnification time, because magnification factor, because we have like not 24 or 23mm but 35 at the main. So this is why. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, what we can see here are the photos. First of all, we start off with the selfie cam, and this one here has 24mm, f16 in this case, because I used normal photo mode. It has autofocus, which helps a little bit with the detail level here on my face, but it's a bit soft still. The background is also soft, so I'm not sure if it focused on me, but I think it did. Maybe it focused on the reflection that you can see there. The detail level here on my hair, maybe not so spectacular, and the background, yeah, is okay. I think it manages quite well with the colors as well. I used size natural mode for everything here. Portrait mode activated, it gives us a lot more sharpness. See it here in my beard hair. And in general, definitely looking pretty nice. The cutouts still hit or miss, I would say. It's definitely improved. But here you can see at this point here that it's a bit hit or miss. Then we went to a Japanese style restaurant, and this one here in Qingdao, this one here is where they cook in front of you. Basically, you sit on a chair here, you have a plate, and they start cooking, and you can see what they're doing there. So I think this is like, I don't know, duck liver, or I don't know what they're doing there. And you can see the style. This is captured with 28mm, which is actually a 2x crop on the ultra wide angle, because the 35 would be too close up. This is more what you would expect from a normal camera sensor. You have Dragon Ball here, some nice influences there. And here I think, in the background, you can see it has plenty of resolution and detail. Here, a Japanese TV series that's all about eating. So some guy, some maybe know this actor, going around in restaurants and eating stuff and giving them his opinion about it. And the Wi-Fi password here, if you ever come close there to this one, you can find it here as well. Detail level is quite nice, I would say, but you can see it's a bit artificial at one point because it's just a crop on the camera sensor. Then I took also a shot with the 85mm. What I noticed is in this dim lit situation a bit, it has some issues with shutter speed. You can see that the shutter speed was quite low, and of course then fast movements are not captured or frozen here. So this is something you have to keep in mind. Still an issue that we had also with the X100 Ultra. And I thought they had solved with the X200 Pro, but on this one it's still there. Then this one here, taken at 10 times, and there will be a comparison with the X100 Ultra because I took them at the same time at 10 times. Fantastic detail here of this axe boiling. It's like, wow. So much detail here that you can see within the bubbles and so on, that the X100 Ultra is simply with the same sensor but a bit more optimized lens here on the X200 Ultra. The X100 Ultra cannot compete with. Then I think it's super something. This is a 50mm shot just to show you the bokeh fall off, as you see here. Very nice indeed as well. Food photography is also possible here at 50mm, which is a crop on the main camera sensor, which is 35, so you don't lose so much detail, and it's like very fantastic what you can see here in terms of detail levels. And yeah, a bit warmed up the food in general. And then we went to the beach, Qingdao Beach. There you can see the spot where we are, if you can read Chinese, something north and the name of it. And then moonshots, of course. They are of course fake moons, but nevertheless this is what you can do. And then we went to the beach. Yes, there were people around the beach even at night time. And this shot was not so spectacular, but this shot is like more spectacular. But this is a fake moon that you can see immediately there, because the moon never looks like this there. But nevertheless spectacular. This is the landscape and night mode that can produce this kind of thing. And this is the 14mm shot. As you see, it has some issues there, I think, with lens flare and overblown highlights for sure. But in general, this is the skyline that we saw from Qingdao, one spot in Qingdao here. And then a little zoom test that I performed. This is a Liquid Group building there, tower, 85mm, now 170. These are the predefined zoom levels that we have. And when I zoomed in, what I didn't see with my own eyes is like, this is like 230, which is like on other phones usually 10 times already. You can see there's some black spots. And what is it? Let's zoom in further. This is 345, which is like 10 times zoom on this. And there you can see it has black spots all over the blue thing. But also the white one has some black spots. Yes, there's some dead LEDs. And you can really zoom in and you can see those. There are actually a lot. But you don't see it so much when you're outside. This is a bit shaky there, but the more I zoom in, the more it becomes apparent that also AI kicks in and it's like resharpening everything. You can see the issue with the shutter speed. My daughter was jumping around there, the moon, again, the night and moon mode, landscape mode there. And here, the next day then, the skyline from the hotel room. This is like 14mm high-res shot, and actually what we want to concentrate on for the zoom at daylight is this area here where the construction site is going on. This is 85, you can see some people running around, and I can zoom in even further. As you see here, you can even read the signs, and when I can see the people, when I zoom in even further, this is now 230 times I think, you can even read the signs there, even the little ones, a few of them are readable. And this is now 345mm. It's getting a little bit, at this point, a little bit too artificial, I would say. So at 10 times it's still, or it's 240mm still okay. You can see there's like, I don't know what he's doing there, because it's all sand there. Why he's like trying to swoop out the sand, I don't get it. Maybe he has to because these are his superiors or something like this, I don't know. And you can zoom in even further and further, and you can even see, yeah, they're wearing different kind of shoes. So much detail that you can pull out of it. But of course, this is like a bit of a gimmick there. After 240 times, it's getting a little bit ridiculous there with the AI kicking in. Then we went to the airport, domestic flight from Qingdao to Chongqing. And there was a nice fountain there with dolphins. A Huawei store actually in the airport after the security check. And I did a shorts, if you're interested in this one, a little shorts video where I showed you a little bit there. You can see my daughter also running away to this store. And then we arrived in Chongqing. Of course, we have to eat hot pot. So this is my first impressions of the photos. Very solid photos. I like the 35mm croppability to 50mm, and the ultra wide angle is pretty awesome as well. And the improvement of the telephoto is definitely visible. I think the weakest sensor is the selfie one. In general, the Vivo X200 Ultra is a good device. 6000 mAh. It is not as thick as you might think it is, because like the body is a bit slimmer than on the Vivo X100 Ultra even, just the camera sticking out a lot. I like the new camera key actually, because it has the right position. The camera photos are fantastic, I would say. Besides maybe the front-facing camera, which is a bit of a side grade, not really a downgrade, but not really an upgrade, I would say, in comparison to the X100 Ultra. Good battery life, it's my first impression here on this device. Fast charging, 90-watt fast charger is included in the box, and you can charge quite quickly with it. The camera kit I would not recommend, because the cheapo plastic I really don't like. This is why I have only this device here right now, and it is working so far quite nice. So we have no issues with original S5. I'm just searching around for the version number so I can show you the version number. This is actually the version that I'm using here, and I took the photos and shots with. So if you're watching in a few weeks maybe and the new update is out there, then keep that in mind. Otherwise, this device is running fine. Snapdragon 8 Elite, 12 gigs of RAM or 16 gigs of RAM. Actually, I don't know what I have here. I think I have 16 gigs and 512 version here. There you can see. Yeah, 16 and 512. This is the version that I have, but there's a 256 version as well, which is a bit cheaper than this here. This costs me here, what was it, 7,000 RMB, which is like roughly 875 euros. It's an okayish kind of price. Probably everyone regretting now importing them for much more. But if you want to import, down below there's a link to Trading Shenzhen that have also a discount code, and they do the basic stuff like install Google for you already there and debloat the software, which is quite nice, so you don't have to do it on your own. And of course, yeah, pay the import taxes as well, which I probably have still to do at the airport, so it comes roughly the same price, comes to the same price here. But yeah, if you buy it here in China, stay in China, leave it in China, then it's only 875 euros. So what do you think about the Vivo X200 Ultra? Of course, I will do a camera comparison with the X8 Ultra from Oppo and also the Vivo X100 Ultra. Hopefully still here in China, I managed to do it. I did already some photos, otherwise I will do it when I'm back in Germany. That's it for this first impressions unboxing video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Until the next time. Bye from Chongqing, China.